Good morning to my middle school students. Today is February 17th. It is Wednesday. We have not too much work as yesterday to do, so I will just share with you that you will be writing about the life in the colonies. So on your journal writing, you will complete the life in the colonies. Life in the colonies was hard. The King of Great Britain did what? The colonists, you choose there, and then the colonists fought for there, and then you choose the answer for that. And then you will review your vocabulary words on your word studies box. So you have your word study box, and then you guys are reading a new chapter today. I have posted 3 videos for you guys to watch before you read. So again, just make sure you copy and paste into your search engine, and then your YouTube video will pop up. And this next one is on the Minutemen, Paul Revere and the Minutemen. And then this last one is the Declaration of Independence. Okay, so you'll read chapter 4, and then you'll fill out the Standards Connection A. Now for math, you have 2 fraction boxes to complete. So this very first box here is talking about fractions. So I have posted 2 different videos on fractions for you guys to watch. That is introducing fractions, because I know this is a new skill for my middle school students. So on N2Y, though, it shows that a fraction is a part of a whole. So on the very top, we have the part, and then we have a line, and then we have the whole. And on the top, it's called the numerator, and the bottom is called the denominator. And those videos will also help you understand the numerator and denominator. So first, we always start with the whole. So I'm just going to explain it with pizza like it did in the video. So your whole piece of pizza, and then you have the whole pizza, and you want to divide it into 4 equal parts to share with 4 people, or to share with 3 people, including you, is 4. So if I shade in 3 of the 4 equal parts, that would be 3/4 are shaded, which would be 3/4. So the parts that are green is the number that goes on top. That's the part. And then the whole pizza, though, there are still 4 pieces. So that's the 4 is the denominator. So here it shows 3 is the number of parts shaded green, and then 4 is the number of parts in the whole. And then there are other ways to represent it as well. So here's a rectangle, and then here is a set of 4 and 4 dots, and you shade 3. So 3 out of the 4 are shaded. Another way to represent a fraction is on a number line. So you have 0 to 1, and then I always think of the number line as money. So like you have 4 quarters in a dollar, and then 1/4 would be the 1 quarter, and 2 out of the 4 would be your 50 cents, which is half of a dollar. And then you have the 3/4 of your dollar, which is 75 cents. Again, a fraction bar can be explained as well to represent a fraction. And then just again, the circle, which is your pizza pie, which is the 3 of the pieces of the 4 whole are shaded. So here we have Randy is folding blankets at the Army supply store. He folds 2 out of the 7 blankets. So first we know that there are 7 blankets in the whole. So our denominator is going to be 7. And then he folds 2 out of the 7. So that's going to be 2/7. And then it asks us to shade the fraction of the blankets he folded. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 blankets, but he only folds 2. So that would be 2 out of the 7 are shaded. Randy is putting lanterns onto tables at the Army Supply Store. He puts 4 out of the 9 lanterns onto the table. Okay, so I know my hole is 9. There are 9 lanterns he has to put on the table, but he's only done 4 of them. So my numerator then is going to be 4. Then it asks us to shade in the fraction of lanterns he puts onto the table. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 out of the 9 are shaded. So I want you guys to complete the next 2 on your own. Then your next box on N2Y from math is looking at adding fractions together now. So again, know that you have the part over the whole. You have your numerator and your denominator. When the wholes are divided into the same number, so you have 4 pieces here, you have 4 pieces here. That's what it means by the same number. Now we're just going to add the parts that are shaded together. So we have 1/4 here. So there's 1 piece that is shaded out of the 4. Here is half of the whole is shaded. That would be 2/4. So all it's asking us to do is add the parts together. So when the denominators are the same, so our denominators are the bottom numbers are denominators. They're all the same. We keep it the same as well. And then all we do is add our numerator, the top number. So if we add 1 plus 3, that gives us 3/4, which shows that it's shaded. 3 out of the 4 are shaded. Okay, so it looks like there are 2 slides here. I will do this first one with you. So Keisha and Mario have 10 blankets to fold. Keisha folds 3 blankets. Mario folds 5. So let's make sure that our wheels are exactly the same. So we have 10 blankets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 blankets. It looks like we have 10 blankets here. So let's start with Keisha. It says shade in the fraction of the number of blankets Keisha folds. So Keisha folds 3. So 3 out of the 10. Oops, 3 out of the 10. 3 out of the 10 she folds. So 1. Oh, I can't. 1. Shade in the fraction. I can't shade. I guess it wants us to use our crayons. So 1, 1, 2, 3. 3 are shaded because she did 3 out of the 10. Now Mario folds 5. So he folds 5 out of the 10. Out of the 10. So next I'm going to shade in 5 of Mario. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got to make sure we have the same denominator. So 10 and 10, yes, that stays the same. Now all we're going to do is add. So Keisha had 1, 2, 3, and Mario had 5. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it says shade in the fraction of the blankets they folded together. So Mario folded 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Keisha folded the 3. 1, 2, 3. So then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be 8. Okay, so 8 out of the 10 blankets were folded. Next, Randy and Mary Beth have 8 lanterns to check. Randy checks 4, Mary Beth checks 3. So Randy checks, we got to make sure we have the same denominator, so the same amount of parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, Randy folds 4. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So he folded half. See how this is half of the circle? So he folded half of the blankets. Mary Beth. Okay, there's 8 lanterns still, and Mary Beth folds 3. So 1, 2, 3. So she folds 3, and our denominators stay the same, 8, 8. So this one stays in 8. And then all we're going to do is add the blankets together that they did. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be 7 out of the 8 blankets were folded. So here was half of what Randy did. So 4, and then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So they folded 7 of the 8 blankets. You guys complete the next slide for fractions. Okay, so your next 2 boxes then are identifying transformations and scale drawings. So in your next box, we have a coordinate plane. Remember, guys, the X is this way, side to side, and Y is up and down. And we always start with X first, X comma Y. So here we have types of transformations. So the different transformations are either a slide, so a shape is slid from the left to the right and it stays the same. It's just sliding it. And then there's a reflection. So over the line, it's kind of like turning a book. So you're just taking the shape and folding it over the coordinate grid. And then there's a rotation. So you have the shape here, and all you do is rotate it, kind of like you do with the flag on a mailbox. So here we have Keisha puts a parallelogram on a grid, and she moves it up. So if she just moves it up, that would be just a slide. She's just sliding it in either direction, up, down, right, or left. So if she moves it up, that would just be a slide. So you complete the next boxes, the next slides for identifying translations of shapes on a coordinate grid. And then your next one will be scale drawings. So the next geometry box, scale drawing. Here we have Keisha copied the map picture. What happened to the copy? So knowing really that this is the original, and then she made a copy. So she enlarged it. So it was either the same, it was bigger, or smaller. And that will be the same thing for what started and then what was the copy, whether it was the same, bigger, or smaller. Okay, and then same thing you guys did yesterday, my 6th graders, Trenton and Kaylina. You have on Wiggins Google Classroom, you will complete the Ancient China Vocabulary Quiz again. So make sure you move that switch so that it will read it to you. It says you will need to mark the read aloud button on the top of the screen once you click on the link. This will allow it to read to you. Do this 2 times a day or more if you would like. Again, Miss Wendy mentioned at 12:20 every day she will be on Miss Wiggins' Google Hangout. Now, Justice, oh, that's for science. Okay. Okay, my middle school then, life skills application. So these are things you can and cannot do. So I'm really not going to do this one with you because you guys do this on your own. Are you free to choose the food you eat? Yes or no? What food would you choose to eat? Pizza, hamburger, salad, soup, sandwich. So this is like if you were to go somewhere, or the first one actually deals with food. The next one is, are you free to steal someone's things? So these are going over different scenarios of things you can and can't do, or things you should and shouldn't do. Okay, so that completes the life skill application, what you can and cannot do. Everybody is typing for 15 minutes on typing.com. Sixth grade in Staples class, you will complete a Moby Max lesson. Justice, I have assigned to you on N2Y the book called The Bowling Party. So read that and then complete the comprehension questions on the first law of motion. My in-school students, we will be having another Google Hangout today at 11. I think that's it for today, guys. I will be watching you as you log in. If you need my help, let me know. And don't forget to sign in. And I hope you have a happy hump day. Bye.